horror games are pretty cool. Every time a new one comes out, more specifically the third-person ones, I need to try it, to feel it. Sometimes you get a Callisto Protocol, but more often than not, horror games tend to be very concise and nice. Alan Wake 2 had that vibe and aura of being a pretty damn competent game. But the question is it really that good? Am I gonna get scared out of my life? And what type of flashlight does he actually use? All of that and a lot more will be answered now, but only after you subscribe and like, so it's all on you. So what is Alan Wake 2? Well, it's a third-person horror game, and quite honestly, I think this wraps up every genre that this little piece of virtual media falls into. Am I making an over-exaggeration? Well, probably, but Alan Wake 2 really feels like something new, something fresh, mainly in the way that the story is told and how you explore and find shit on that world. So let me start with the story topic so we can get it out of the way, because I don't want to spoil you. But essentially the adventure of Alan Wake and Saga Anderson is told in a never-seen way. At least I never saw anything like it. The best way to describe it would be a playable TV show with time loops, weird dances, and mystery. It's really well paced, it has one of the best openings in a game I have ever experienced, it meshes separate worlds, cults, paranormal stuff and detective shit. I was literally the whole game on edge and edging to try and figure out what was going on. Didn't understand 90% of it, because intelligence isn't really on my side, but it was nice, that's for sure. So trust me and believe that you won't regret experiencing the story of this game, okay? So let's throw this to the side. I don't want to spoil you, I already said enough to make you curious to play the game, so now it's time for me to talk about the rest of the stuff. And yes, the rest of the stuff that composes Alan Wake 2 is also made to such a high level of good and uniqueness that you really don't see often when you play games. So my bro, focus now, okay? Because I'll be telling you all about this next topic, which is Alan Wake's world and atmosphere and vibe and more shit. This game meshes almost every possible theme and atmosphere that has been presented in the world of horror stuff and makes it work. You literally have everything to please your horror needs. Assassination cult mixed with FBI, all yours. Creepy theme park with haunting music rippling in your ears, we got that. Wanna face the fear of death a bit closer? There's a morgue, like creepy hotels, forests, subways, naked fat guys.
Haha, penis.
Do you get where I'm going? If you like horror stuff, you need to try this shit out. It literally has everything for every preference, but thankfully not furries. Interestingly enough, even though being kinda overloaded with horror things, the game always remained on top level in terms of details and cool world building. The lighting is superb, tons of little details, great music. Man, every place was amazing and unique. My personal favorite had to be the amusement park. Even though it had one little thing that almost destroyed my entire experience, I have to say something about the child stuff and the music and just overall the atmosphere really resonated with me, and I really liked it. I think that this amazing attention to detail in the game as a whole was achieved by one simple choice that Remedy Games made. A choice that honestly shouldn't be overlooked by other developers, but that unfortunately is in most cases. Instead of making a gigantic world full to the brim with nothing to do, or how I like to call it, a big nothing shit world, yeah, cool name, they decided to make small pockets of land with different things, different activities, different buildings, different interiors. Even the maps of the places were different, like the actual paper. With this simple choice, they were not only able to make a world that feels real and creepy as shit, but also one that is explorable and that gives you that feel of exploring it. Because the locations are cool, yes, but you always find important stuff like upgrading materials, weapons, and these things are usually hidden in puzzles. Puzzles that were also very cool and really fun to solve. Alan Wake 2 has some of the most fun puzzles to figure out, because you actually have to use your brain sometimes. You have to pay attention to your surroundings and look closely to little details in the world. It's cool, I give it a like. And now I ask you, do you prefer a world like this? A cool-ass world with things to explore, things to do, different and with a vision, or a nothing shit world or whatever I said, in which the only fun thing is to open the menu and leave the game that for some reason has a big map? Look, you have to understand something, and this goes for the rest of your life. Size does not matter at all, like the big ones hurt. And oh yeah, there's another cool stuff that I need to talk about. As you know, you play as Alan, but you also play as the new protagonist, Saga Anderson. They basically have different maps and explore different things. And even though I preferred Saga story more and the places where the story is told and whatnot, I have to say, the exploration in Alan Wake's section is something that I've never seen. Minor spoilers ahead, so skip to this minute if you want to go completely blind, but basically, Alan Wake is a writer, and he's trapped in the dark place, that we all know. But since he is a writer, he is able to rewrite certain scenes and actually change the place where he's at. Like he has the ability to change the map instantly. You are at this place, you write, boom, instantly, you change places. They really outdid themselves here. But most importantly, and going a little bit nerdy here, this mechanic shows how to tell a story in a video game. Like, they couldn't have done something like this in any other form of media but video games. No shot this could have been possible in a TV show or a movie. No, this mechanic is exclusive to video games and it made the whole experience more complete and unique. So yeah, very cool stuff in Alan Wake indeed. And of course there's other instances where this game shines and that quite honestly I didn't know how to transition to them. For example, the jump scares. They were really well done. They are completely unpredictable and I almost dropped my controller countless times because they are used correctly. There isn't an overload of no, they are there at the right places and the right times. Another example of cool stuff was the mind place of Saga. Very mysterious, it gives you that feeling of really solving a murder case. Very, very cool. Overall, a great achievement in gaming. You really don't see this love, care, and uniqueness very often, to be honest. But hey, you know me, you know my out-of-this-world goated opinions. A game to be at God level, it's not only about how unique and how creative it is. A game can be really different and still be a big pile of shit. To be a masterpiece for me, it needs to have, as I said, a great story, which is already checked, a great atmosphere, which is checked again, a good exploration is optional, but it's checked here also. A game to be top of the top has to have a good gameplay, and Alan Wake 2 succeeds very well on that also. Before you say anything, I know it's kinda clunky and slow sometimes, but I think that it honestly fits perfectly, like a small condom fits in my, Is it as fun as a Resident Evil 4 remake? Well, independently, probably not, but still debatable because Alan Wake 2 does not try, nor does it want to be a over-the-top action shooter. No, it is not striving for that. It actually wants to build an atmosphere. It wants you to make you feel scared, hopeless. Be honest, would you feel terror if you were able to suplex a guy into the light path? Probably not, and that would completely go against the whole theme of the game, being scary as shit. And listen, even though not being the fastest gameplay, you still have to give it some thought. You have to manage your bullets, batteries for your flashlight, which give the combat a little bit of more depthness, not the craziest shit, but cool. You have to manage distance and hit the enemies or run if necessary. So bro, a cool enough gameplay and it serves its purpose more than well. It has cool weapons, the feelings of the weapons themselves are really cool. The enemy variety is kind of lacking, but since this is not an action game and you are not fighting 100% of the time, I didn't really think that was a bad thing, to be honest. So yeah, even with your small and slow brain, you can understand that Alan Wake 2 made me smile sometimes. It's indeed a great game, very fun and very unique, and I would easily give it a 10 out of 10. But as you probably remember, something happened in the amusement park section that kinda destroyed my experience. And it made me not really that pleased. Time to shit on the game. If you saw some reviews of Alan Wake 2 at launch, you already know that the game was kinda bugged in the beginning, and I was having that same experience. Nothing out of the ordinary, but still noticeable nonetheless. Still, I was enjoying my playthrough without putting much thought into it, until this happened. What the hell? The game basically got me stuck in this section of the amusement park. The planes blocked my entrance and I couldn't force my way through. Reloading the game also didn't work and I was already 8 hours in. Bro, I swear, the feeling of hate coming from inside. Oh my god, the only thing I could think about was, is it worth to replay this game for 8 hours? Do I have it in me? And the truth was that even though I was really liking my time with it, it wasn't worth and I didn't have it in me. I was ready to drop it. Fortunately, I saw a fix to the bug when I was sat in bed trying to see if anyone had the same problem, and luckily someone had. Basically, we have to go there, put the batteries in the place, save with the batteries in place, leave the game, come back to the game, and when you come back to the game, the planes will be in place and you don't have to commit any hate crimes. The review that you are watching right now is only being filmed because of that guy. So thanks to you. So basically, and concluding the review, this is why Alan Wake 2 can't be a 10 out of 10. And it's really a shame. Loved every second of it. Almost every second of it. It's undeniably a great game. It makes you think, it's fun, it's vibey, overall a great experience. But this bug, this memory is enough for me to knock the rating down to a 9 out of 10. Maybe if you play it now you won't have the same experience and you will give it a 10 out of 10, but this is my video, this is about my experiences and what I think about the game, and it's a 9 out of 10. Not that ratings are really that important, but still a 9 out of 10. 9, 9, 9, 9 from the weird guy with blue glasses. So this is it. Thanks for watching. Don't commit any hate crimes and peace! Yeah.